Chapter 22. Spyro yawned. He stretched and flexed his claws, opening his jaws wide. That was a big one, Cinder mumbled. She opened her eyes, having been woken up next to the purple dragon. She looked back over her shoulder, laying her forehead upon the bottom of Spyro's jaw. Sleep, Al? Spyro nudged her back and continued to stretch. Yeah, I did. He arched his neck and back, allowing his vertebrae to pop. But for some reason I still feel drained somewhat. Cinder's eyes opened wide. Trained? She echoed without turning to face him. It's nothing to worry about. Spyro shook himself. It was just a battle yesterday. Spyro. Cinder looked back to face him again. The battle with Titans ended 3 days ago. What? Spyro guessed and dashed up to his balcony. He stood on his hind legs and looked out across the city. The damage far below was almost unbelievable. Most of the men were small, worked in teams to get the debris moved from the streets. The flames were gone, but smoke trails still lingered from the hole in the mountain. As he stood there taking everything, Cinder got up with a quick stretch and approached him. It's terrible, isn't it? She said sadly as he looked down at the ruins of the city. Spyro just nodded, at a loss for words. He let out a sad sigh and turned to face Cinder. How's everyone doing? Alive? Cinder nodded with relief. No one was fatally hurt during the battle. He looked out at the impact mark that spread across the horizon. The darkness that resided within the ancient dragon Titans had corroded his body in the early hours after his defeat. The only remaining sign of the juggernaut was the burned landscape and the mark he had left in the earth. And what about Flame? How's he doing? He's doing fine if not a little drained himself. He used a lot of power against Titanus. She looked back across the landscape, turned towards the mountains in the distance. It's a good thing you're there to help save him from using up all his power at once. I suppose, Spyro nodded. He was still worried about his friend. I want to go see how the others are doing. He said and spread his wings. Wait for me, Cinder called. She followed after him. The two dragons glided across the city and past the hole that Titanus had burned to the mountain. Spyro stared at the mountain rock that covered the inside. Such a powerful monster, under Malefor's control, he thought to himself. I wonder what other challenges lie out there waiting for us. As he continued on, they spotted Ember heading to Flame's room. Ember! Spyro called out to the dragoness. The pink dragoness stopped and squinted against the glare of the sun. When Spyro and Cinder were close enough, she smiled. Spyro, I'm glad to see you're finally awake. She chirped as the two dragons landed beside her. How do you feel? I'm doing fine, Spyro nodded. And you? I'm very well. She moved closer to the purple dragon. Flame is dressing in his room right now. Were you planning on coming in? Well, if it's not too much trouble. Spyro averted his stare. Not at all. Ember shook her head. It's the least I can do. She took another step closer and she was nearly nose to nose with Spyro. After all, you did keep your promise. Thank you. She leaned in and kissed Spyro on the cheek. For a moment Spyro was paralyzed, unsure of what to do or say. Ember stepped back and looked at Cinder, who was just as speechless as Spyro. Sorry, she grinned, her cheeks slightly flushed. I'll let it slide. Cinder gave a half smile. Ember giggled instantly and led them to Flame's room. When they entered, Spyro and Cinder found the room furnished with both Flame and Ember's belongings. Flame, who had been resting on the pad of cushions near the fireplace, raised his head when he heard them come in. Spyro! He said in surprise. Hey, Flame. The purple dragon walked over with Cinder and sat down beside the fireplace while Ember sidled up to Flame. It's good to see you up and about, he smiled. I heard you had passed out not long after I died on the battlefield. What happened to you? What do you mean? Spyro tilted his head questioningly. I heard you went all superpowered on Titanus. You used your fire element and beat him almost without an effort. I did? Spyro raised a brow. You mean you don't remember? Ember stared at him. Spyro shook his head with his jaw slightly open. You and Titanus were fighting, and just when it seemed you were about to lose, you changed. She shook her head, at a loss for words to describe what she had seen. Changed? Like how? It's hard to explain. Ember brought her eyes up to meet his. It was like you went through a transformation. You were you, but also not you. Spyro blinked a couple times, not sure what to make of what she was saying. Your skin changed color and your power easily increased 100 times over. Wow. Spyro turned his head, shook his head in disbelief. I don't remember any of that. To you, Cinder? She turned to face his dragoness. Not really. Cinder shrugged apologetically. All I can say is that new power use will definitely wipe Malfoy out for good, Amber continued. I wish I could describe it better, but to call it anything less than amazing would be a major understatement. That night, Spyro tossed and turned in his sleep. He had run away from Cinder, leaving the dragon to her own dreams. The sky above was overcast as snow fell across the land. Dante's freezer was quiet except for the crunching of snow beneath the purple dragon's feet. I hate how quiet it is here, Spyro muttered to himself. He made his way to the old, broken, and weathered battlements. The memories of this frozen war zone seemed all too familiar. Spyro's muscles tensed as he stuck to the fortress. He had no idea what he was there for or why, but he was preparing himself anyways. All around, Spyro could hear the wind howling through the fortress. Then suddenly he heard another howl, but not from the wind. The purple dragon looked up and saw he was suddenly surrounded by wolves. The canines all bared their fangs and tightened their grips on their weapons. The leader lunged for Spyro without hesitation. The purple dragon rolled to the side and fired a burst of flame. The wolf shielded himself, but looked up in surprise when only a ring of smoke puffed from the dragon's mouth. What in the heck was that? Spyro asked himself and coughed. Once again, only smoke and cinders. The wolves all looked at each other as the dragon repeatedly tried to use his fire breath. It took the grim spear across the leader's mouth and he lunged for Spyro again. The wolf swung his blade and missed Spyro by the merest of inches. Spyro ducked and headbutted the wolf in the gut, sending his body high and crashing down. No sooner had the leader hit the ground than the rest of the wolves joined in. He sprang into the air with wild yips and barks, wielding their weapons. Spyro tried to charge a ball of electric energy, but nothing happened. He let a terrified scream as the wolves brought their weapons down on top of him. The purple dragon yelled and sat straight up. Sparks had been sleeping nearby next to Cinder, heard the noise, and sat up. Hey Spyro, you alright, man? He rubbed his eyes and stared at his brother through the darkness. Sparks, Spyro gasped, surprised to see his brother awake. I'm sorry. I just had a bad dream. Well, like a nightmare from the way you were just to me there. I'm sorry. Spyro chuckled and tried to play it off. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back in a bit. Just try and get back to sleep. Spyro yawned and moved close to Cinder. Can do, buddy. As Spyro headed for the door, he stopped and glanced back at Cinder, who hadn't so much as twitched. Seeing his dragon and so peace made him relax more. Sleep well, he whispered before he disappeared down the halls and toward the pool of visions. Meanwhile, Cinder was busy with her own dreams. The black dragon was hurried down the corridors until she finally came to a familiar white portal. She stepped through to find Ignitus waiting for her. Ignitus! The dragon cried and hugged his massive leg. It's good to see you, Cinder. The chronicler nodded lovingly. I only wish we were on better terms. I don't seem to have a good history with you and Spyro when there isn't trouble looking about. What could it possibly be now? Cinder asked as she sat on her hunches. I know Spyro is going to lose his powers. I can't stop him from losing him, but I can take steps to help protect him though. Yes, indeed, Ignitus nodded. You will need to become stronger in order to be able to protect Spyro from Malfoy. Cinder gave an amused smirk. I guess I should train with the Guardians then, huh? Oh, Cinder. Ignitus shook his head sadly, and the smirk disappeared from Cinder's mouth. I'm afraid even then your power wouldn't be enough. What? Why not? She was immediately up on all fours, tail lashing the air defensively. I'm the strongest dragon that's around. I'm afraid it won't be enough, Ignitus sighed. According to what has been written, Malfoy will gain a significant increase in power in the coming weeks. And when he does, he will be almost as powerful as he once was before he was sealed away the first time. The first time? Was he stronger then than when Spyro and I fought him? Ignitus nodded. Oh shit! Cinder hissed and black flames spat from her mouth and nostrils. What am I supposed to do? Cinder demanded angrily. Just let Malfoy take over and kill Spyro? Cinder, you're not going to like the solution I have for you. Ignitus turned towards Argyle to further his stare. I don't care. Tell me what it is, Ignitus. The darkness ran in front of the chronicler, forcing him to face her. The chronicler paused as he stared down at her in self-conflict. Please. Ignitus, you know I'd do anything for Spyro. She felt tears began to pull the edge of her eyes again. I love him. Ignitus saw determination in her eyes and let a exasperated sigh. Alright, Cinder. He paused for one final moment. The only way for you to obtain the power you require to protect Spyro, his voice shut off, is if you join the Dark Master's forces again. Oh snap.